pulled this straight out of the book. I guess there's only one thing you really need to know is that this was a time period in my life where my family was driving me crazy, so I pitched a tent in the backyard and started living there. Because I was still, okay. It's 1988, and I'm a senior in high school when one night I get too cocky at the family meeting. The meeting is the usual blamer bonanza. My brothers, Tom and Jake, blame their inability to go to school or get a job on my dad being too demanding and mean. My dad blames his meanness on my brother's drug use. My mom blames our family's bad genetic makeup. She says Jake has the same genes as her sister Tina, a trucker, sex worker, and topless dancer who ran guns down to Mexico. Enough, I say. Here's what we do. We need to separate so that we don't have anyone else to blame. Jake moves to Maine. Tom moves to Florida. Dad to North Dakota. Mom gets Washington State, and I'll take Southern California. That's ridiculous, my mom says. My brothers and dad laugh. It's the perfect solution, I say. Do you people have something better? Asking my family for their solutions is my big mistake. Because the next week, my mom signs us up for family counseling. After just 3 sessions, my brothers and I agree that the counselor duo sucks. There's 2 of them, they're a couple. They came highly recommended, my mom says. Mom should know she's a nurse on the psych ward. But the counselors are condescending and classist. A wimpy dude who wears a bow tie, and his wife, a gray-haired woman who wears gray cardigans. My brother Tom has taken community college psychology, so he offers a Freudian interpretation of the male counselor's tie. It's this tight red bow tie like a sphincter. The man is being choked to death by his own asshole. My brother Jake says, that guy is gay, flamin' gay, but what else can you expect from gaydom? Gaydom is Jake's new word to describe the substandard world we are all forced to live in. Daily he'll sigh, shake his head, and grumble, gaydom. We nicknamed the counselors Chump Boy and the Peep, and collectively the Chumps. Our 4th session begins as usual. Dad says, the boys shot BB guns at dishes on the table. Mom tells the counselors, our daughter's been sleeping in a tent in the backyard. Chump Boy says to my brothers, your parents are upset about your drug use. What drug use, my brothers ask. The counselors ask my brothers, are you abusing drugs? Jake and Tom say no, and screw these ridiculous accusations. The chumps hum with and then they turn on me. I've been awfully quiet. What do I think? Are you angry with your father? Chump Boy asks. And when I nod, he looks excited, like that bow tie is going to flip around like a propeller and carry him off to the land of the lollipops. The Peep also looks aroused. My brothers are whispering and laughing the whole time. The fluorescent lights make everyone look green. You can't make it with a man until you make it with your dad, the Peep says, her eyes shining. Like, what kind of rich straight lady shrink bullshit is this? I am horrified. Make it, naked, making out, make it with your dad? Make it with your dad? Gross. You can't make it with a man? It sounds like she's putting a curse on me. And worse yet, this is the closest anyone has come to asking if I'm gay. So apparently these two freaks are saying that I can be straight if I make peace with my dad? Here we are with my wounded kid, raging lunatic dad, my chronically anxious codependent mom, and my two addict high school dropout brothers, one a misogynist sociopath and the other a severely OCD and occasionally psychotic depressive. But this whole family therapy session is targeting me. Just because I might be gay. Right as I'm thinking this, though, my brothers, the therapy vandals, swing into action. Jake yells, "Hey, there's a camera back there." And Tom says, "Hey, it's a two-way mirror." Jake twists over the back of his chair that's chipped onto two legs. He presses his hands flat against the mirror and pushes his face close to the glass. "Quit screwing around," Dad says. But the Peep and the Chump have these guilty looks on their faces. Mom presses both of her hands and her nose against the mirror. "I do see something moving back there," she says. The Chump leaves the room. The Peep looks at my family, hands folded on her lap, thin lips pressed together tight like a sullen pioneer woman in an old photograph. The Chump slinks back into the room with these two other perverts in tow, another couple of therapists. "We're so sorry," all four shrinks say. My fucking brothers. Those two are high right now, but they totally called it. The counselor's buddies pack up their satchels and head toward the door with their heads hanging low. When you're a low-income kid trying to climb into the middle class, these gatekeepers sure look like a pack of clowns. These particular clowns, hired to help us, spied on my family. Through a two-way mirror, they watched 20 minutes of our intimate inner workings. I bet you $50 this would not have happened with the family of a doctor or a lawyer. My dad's a local newspaper reporter. At age 17, I've always suspected the people in charge of the world are total losers, and now I have my proof. You'd think my parents would complain. You'd think my cheapskate dad would ask for his money back. You'd think, at the very least, my family would walk out on this. But hey, my parents were poor kids, poorer than me, and so they've been doing this even longer. They're so used to getting dicked over, they have no idea how to fight back. It's on with the therapy show. My dad and I played the lead parts. The Peep looks determined. My dad and I are in the middle of the room with everyone else watching us. You can't make it with a man until you make it with your dad. I'm not sure I want to take this deal. This need for a man has been pushed suspiciously hard my entire life. And I achieved it. I bagged the boyfriend, snagged the prom date. I even enjoyed a G-spot orgasm slightly before, simultaneously with a pudgy skater guy. A rare pinnacle of success for the average straight lady. But ever since I learned about Eve being a helper to Adam, ever since all those goddamn baby dolls were pushed upon me, I knew that I was being trapped in a less than human supporting role. And I just can't see men as these fake heroes that everybody wants them to be, as these prizes, these saviors. That's what I keep getting told to do, but I can't and I don't want to. And maybe that does have something to do with my dad. My dad is sitting in his chair, waiting patiently to have the full spectrum counseling experience with me, to pay off the yo-yo years of his tantrums and random kindness. He's got those puppy eyes and open hands. He's suddenly this rare, soft version of the father who usually I fear. I don't need any of these people, not my brothers, not my dad. I've got a tent in the backyard and 1,250 days till graduation. I don't need him, but here's my father in this raw, open stance, in his short sleeve button down. I don't need this crazy family, but here's my dad. My dad has this hapless look on his face. If I could read his face, it would say, "Look, I know we've been sitting here with these two shitty freaks through this appointment that's really for your addict brothers, getting spied on, dealing with this half-assed insinuation that you're queer, which I don't care about at all. And I know love is something I should have given to you all along from the time you were a little kid, but we could do this right now. I can hold your hands and be your dad right now if you want." He raises his eyebrows and waits. Life is ridiculous. Every single one of us, all humans, are helpless. I hold both of my dad's hands. They feel good, twice the size of mine. It's painful for me to need him, but I do. Like I'm a little girl again, learning to ride a bike. I need my dad's big hands, one flat on my back, one gripping my bike seat as he runs and I ride. My dad holds me. I'm done crying. My whole family is looking at me, and these two strangers are taking notes. Later, I will wish my dad punched the bow tie boy. He won't. He won't even ask for his money back. My parents are good little workers, and the clock is still ticking. My brothers say, "This is bullshit." They grab their skateboard, slam the door on their way out. I wish I had a skateboard, an invisible plane, wings.